Hey!
Hey.
Hi. So for the final presentation in this session, Team FLL Team Apollo will be talking about FLL EV3 robots that kiss. Hi guys, how you doing?
Good.
You guys ready to present?
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Yep.
Take it away.
Awesome. So hi, we're Team Apollo. I'm Amelia, a team coordinator.
I'm Jacob, our robot analysis.
And I'm Addison, the team PR.
And I'm here to talk to you about robots that like to kiss. Not like that. Anyways, so Team Apollo is a homeschooling team from the Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. Our team currently has 9 members, ranging from ages 10 all the way up to 15. Team Apollo has been through 5 FLL seasons, and during these seasons, we've earned many achievements, such as being invited to 3 different international events and winning many awards, such as Robot Design, Research Presentation, and Core Values Awards, as well as the Champions Award.
One of the many things our team is known for is our simplistic robot designs that still managed to score pretty high on the board. We think that this is because our team likes to kiss.
No, not like that. KISS stands for Keep It Simple, Stupid, and is one of the many strategies our team follows throughout the design process thinking model while designing our robots. The design process: identify the problem, research the problem, identify solutions, prototype and test solutions, and if needed,
It's always needed.
start again.
So most teams start by building a basic drive base, such as the EV3 educator bot or the Rayleigh rover, or even just like a basic box robot. And then they design around that base, adding on their attachments and sensors like as they go. But our team likes to start the design process right from the beginning by identifying the challenges that our robot must overcome on that season's challenge board.
Once we have identified the robot's needs, our robot subteam, led by the robot analysis, starts to design a robot chassis, considering things like the size of the drive base in comparison to the board and the size and type of wheels needed to navigate the board.
Then we start brainstorming. After researching different robot models, we take the best parts of each robot and compile them into our own robot designs, usually creating 2 or 3 different ones. Once we have the blueprints, we start building and testing our designs, making sure they actually do what we want them to.
The best design, or best parts of each design, are used in our final competition robot.
Now, let's talk attachments. Attachments are anything that get added to your robot that is not part of the main drive base and are designed to assist in accomplishing a mission or a specific action.
So attachments can be passive, meaning non-motorized, and these use simple machines such as levers, inclines, and wheel and axles. Attachments can also be motorized, meaning like powered by a motor. Everyone knows that.
Passive attachments are good for more simple tasks such as pushing, retrieving, knocking things over, and they tend to be more reliable while also requiring less coding.
However, motorized attachments allow for more complex tasks such as lifting, twisting, and grabbing. This in turn requires more complex coding and can be less reliable.
But attachments take time to put on and take off, and in the heat of a match, you don't want to waste any of your precious 2.5 minutes.
Which is why we use universal mounting plates, such as these.
So this universal mounting plate is for passive attachments. So it uses these 2 axles here, and you can slip attachments on and off just like this.
This universal mounting plate is for motorized attachments, and it attaches to this gearbox on the medium motor, which is fitted with the other half of the mounting plate.
So it clips on just like this. Awesome. So this allows for a secure connection while maintaining the quick and easy changeover to keep everything in that 2.5 minutes.
Now, we're going to show you how to make both of these universal mounting plates.
All right, so let me swap the camera view. Awesome. So to make a passive mounting plate, you're going to need 2 11 beams, 4 long blue pegs, 2 L beams, and 2 4-stud nails. And you're going to grab your first 11 beam and put the short ends of the blue pegs in just like this. Awesome. Then you're going to grab your L beams and attach those to the blue pegs. just like this. Then you're going to grab your other 11 beam and put your nails in on either end and attach your other part just like this. So as I mentioned before, these two axles are where we add on our attachments, as demonstrated over here, with our hugger attachment here. So it allows it to sit on and off while keeping that time nice and short. Awesome. Now we're going to show you how to make a motorized mounting plate.
Okay, so to make a motorized mounting plate, you will need a small black gear, a picture frame, one small yellow stopper, one grey stopper, one axle connector. As you can see, the axles go on the sides, one 7 axle, and one 5 axle. Now to make this, first you will need to grab your picture frame, and you will need to also grab your 5 axle. What you will do is you will put your 5 axle through the middle hole of your picture frame, and then put on the axle connector. So it should, in the end, look a bit like this. Okay, so next we're going to place it down here, and we're going to grab our 7 axle, put it just through there, and grab our small black gear. As you can see, there's a little axle hole in there, and then you will put the axle through that axle hole, and it should look like this. Okay, now you want to push your axle through the black gear just a tiny bit. So now it should look like this. Then put on your small yellow stopper, making it look like this. Push the black gear back and the small yellow stopper, making it look like this. And put your grey stopper on the end there. So excuse me while I just do that. Sometimes Lego bits fall off and they can just,
Not work.
not work. So I'm going to put this yellow stopper back on. Okay, so the finished product will look like this.
Now to make the other half of that motorized mounting plate, we're going to need 2 more picture frames, 4 red pegs, stopper pegs, a short blue axle peg, a long blue peg, 2 of these axle half peg things, axle plugs I believe we call them, a red axle, and another small black gear. So we're going to get our 4 red pegs and stick them in a picture frame just like this. It'll look like that. Then we're going to get our medium motor, put it in the middle, and push those red pegs all the way through. Awesome. Then we're going to grab our long blue peg and put it in the corner, as well as our 2 axles, sticking the peg side into the picture frame like this. Our next picture frame slides on the top of those, and our short blue axle peg goes in the other corner.
Making sure the peg side is plugged in.
Our red axle goes in the middle of the medium motor, and our black gear goes on top of that.
To attach your motorized attachment to the mounting plate, use the axles on either side and clip the mounting plate onto the gearbox like this.
Awesome.
A lot of rookie teams start out with Dead Reckoning, which is where you use basic programming to drive your robot around around without input from the robot surroundings. This is the simplest approach and works to some degree.
However, this method of programming isn't always reliable, and the slightest change in the robot's environment can throw off the entire mission run.
To fix this problem, we use the EV3 sensors, such as color sensors,
To follow and square up on lines around the board,
and gyro sensors.
To know which way we're actually facing.
using sensors requires more complexity in coding. So often, in the place of sensors, we use a mix of dead reckoning and the surroundings provided. Our robots are always fitted with bull bars on the front and the back to allow for squaring up around the field.
So when using color sensors, our team typically uses 2 for more accurate line following and squaring up on lines around the field. This does require more complexity, which is one of the things that we try to avoid. However, also it adds more reliability to our robot. So tossing up between that complexity and reliability is something that we've struggled with, but we believe that this is the best way. So the sensors that we use each season actually depends on the challenge board. Just to give you some examples, the first season we used touch sensors behind our bull bars, and we relied on both of those touch sensors being pressed to know that our robot was squared up. In later seasons, we found that we could actually just run our robots into the wall just to line them up without using touch sensors, therefore taking away some of that complexity. Another example is last season, the board was dark purple, and robots aren't very good at seeing color. It thought dark purple was black, meaning that we couldn't use color sensors. Instead of this, we turned to the gyro sensor for location and turning to know where it is on the board.
As you probably already know, a new robot model has been released recently. Drum roll, please. Spike Prime. Spike Prime is simpler than an EV3 robot, but the next step up from a redo model, and is targeted toward primary school kids. The parts included are easily attachable, and the kit contains new parts such as wire clips and biscuits.
Of which the pink biscuits are clearly superior.
The Spike Prime also has free tutorials, both building and coding, and contain key elements like basic engineering principles with the new Spike Prime parts, how to troubleshoot and problem solve, and how to use the new sensors, which are all critical competition skills.
So the programming language for Spike Prime is also a lot more intuitive and simpler than LEGO Mindstorms, and it closely resembles Scratch, so it's a lot easier for kids to understand. Alternatively, you can choose to create your project using Python as your coding language.
Now, let's keep talking about coding. We mainly use LEGO Mindstorm's EV3 software as the standard, as this is the standard and most widely taught coding language for an EV3 robot. We like Mindstorm software because the basic code needed to drive a robot is easy to understand, and it provides flexibility so you can tailor your code to your needs.
But not everything is perfect. Mindstorm is sometimes unpredictable. Did you know that you can make your robot do donuts with a drive straight program?
So some may argue that making donuts with a drive straight program would be a hardware problem rather than a software problem. But we can assure you that we have tried changing bricks, changing motors, rewiring, crossing wires, downloading by both Bluetooth and cable, changing the program, rewriting the program, and when all else fails, using the age-old IT solution for everything. Turning it off, counting to 10, and turning it back on again. Yet, our robot still does donuts. So it's quite possibly the robot gods screwing with us, because this always seems to happen days before a competition.
Anyway, back to the programming. We have also started exploring EV3 MicroPython, the Python equivalent of LEGO Mindstorms. This, for some strange reason, seems to be more reliable than Mindstorms,
I'm telling you, it's the robot gods.
and codes in text rather than block coding. One downfall is that the navigation on the EV3 brick is complicated and can take time out of your robot match that could be otherwise used for running missions.
That leaves us with Spike Prime coding language. Spike Prime, as mentioned before, is a Scratch-like coding language, using simple code blocks to solve challenges. Spike Prime code blocks are kid-friendly, using both pictures and words to show the block's purpose.
So now that we've covered the basics of robots that kiss,
Keep it simple, stupid!
so we've covered the design process thinking model, building drive bases, simple attachments, which sensors to use and how to use them, and a bunch of different coding languages.
If there are any questions, now is the time to ask.
Hi guys, thank you for your presentation. It was very cool. I really like the way you presented everything. It was very entertaining. We have a few questions to ask you guys. So, do you guys have a favorite robot that you've built?
I think this one's actually probably one of our nicest ones. It's got, bull bars. It's got our light sensors in the middle. It did have a media motor in the middle. However, that's been repurposed. But it does everything that we need it to do while staying small and compact.
Exactly.
Cool. Do you guys, similar question, do you guys have a favorite attachment that you built?
I think that,
I do like the hugger.
although I personally like the thrower, because in last season we incorporated our research project into our robot game by throwing a team member minifigure over the credit crossing,
which scored us 20 points and was fun.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you guys have a favorite FLL game that you've participated in?
Ooh. I don't know. They're all really good. Oh, actually, I do really like the Animal Allies. That was a really cool challenge.
Yes, that was amazing.
Yeah, putting wheels on pigs, throwing animals across the board. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, what made you enjoy that game specifically?
We liked
the thought that went into it. Yeah.
So our research project for that season, we thought was really cool. It was all about talking to animals, Dr. Dolittle style. And then our robot that year was also really cool.
What do you guys enjoy the most about First Lego League?
I feel like
it's the friends that we make. And the connections.
Yeah. It teaches you those life skills that you need. It teaches you research skills, problem solving. And it also gives you so many opportunities to, go overseas, meet new people, explore, different cultures.
Connect, and it can also help you with contacts to get a job.
If you guys had to pick either the project core values or the robot games to work on solely, which one would you pick?
Core values.
Core values, 100%.
Definitely.
What makes you enjoy core values the most?
It's those life skills that you need. It's you use them in every aspect of life.
You also get to play games for core values.
True.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any advice to give to any beginner FLL teams?
Well, robots don't like humans, and if your robot is not behaving, the best way to make it cooperate is to threaten it with a sledgehammer.
Another piece of advice I give to FLL teams starting out is that you will see amazing robots out there, big robots that cover the entire board, taller than people, but these are really advanced. We aren't even up to that yet. Simple robots do everything you need them to do. Our first year's robot had an attachment. All it did was go up and down and catch things. And that actually won us the maximum amount of points that day. And we won the Robot Performance Award. So simple is better, guys.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Thank you. How do you guys approach designing and building a new robot for each challenge or season?
Well, we look at the challenge board and just see what it needs us to use. So as you can see, this season's board, you may not be able to see it, but here's a black line, and there's a number of those across this board. And we thought that light sensors would be useful for it.
So identifying the different challenges our robot has to overcome. Does it need big wheels? Does it need light sensors? Does it need to be able to jump for whatever reason? So we identify those challenges, and then we go through the design process, brainstorming different designs, prototyping those designs, testing them to see if they work, and if they don't, starting again.
Yeah.
Do you guys typically do any preparation before the season starts?
We do like some robo camps because we're a homeschooling team. We offer to the homeschooling community 2-day robo camps.
Yeah.
And we just come and do basic robots, crazy wheels challenges, making animals, theme parks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just doing some of that basic coding experience.
Yeah, that'd be really useful for them. Do you each have like a favorite first Lego League memory?
I really love the year that we went to Denmark. So probably one of the best parts of that, we met a team from London. They didn't know what the chicken dance was. And so we did the chicken dance at the competition and taught all the teams the chicken dance because apparently that's an Australian thing.
Is it really? I thought it was. Damn. Okay.
We thought it was worldwide too, but apparently not.
Do you guys have a favorite mission from the game this year?
The game this year. Oh. Yeah, the bridge was pretty cool. That was a challenge, trying to figure out how to get our robot up the bridge, what wheels it needed. Did it need more wheels? What angle did we drive up at? Did it go slow or fast? So that was a challenging one. That was interesting. Yeah.
I also like the swing as well because, well,
it links in with our research project. So we looked a lot about disability accessibility, and that swing mission linked into our research
everyday
project.
lives as well.
Did you have a favorite mission from past games, or like your all-time favorite mission?
Definitely the Crater Crossing, because we threw people minifigures over the top.
Yes.
I see why that would be entertaining.
Yeah.
How does your team effectively manage your time?
So in my role as the team coordinator, I create a weekly schedule each week for our meetings. It incorporates our robots, our research, and our core values by playing games at the start and the end. And this comes off our season's timeline that we create at the start of the season to say, these are the milestones that we want to hit by each week. Where should we be up to?
Yeah.
Does that work well for you guys?
This is the best method we've found so far.
So you would recommend it for other teams to have a similar approach?
Yes. Definitely. Make a timeline at the start of the season and also weekly schedules.
Nice. How do you guys typically resolve like conflicts on your team?
So our team is we like voting. We make sure we hear each side, and then
if it's more to do with the robot side, then the robot analysis, me, would get more of a say. But if it was more to the research side, one of our lead researchers would have more of a say.
And we just take it to a simple vote. It doesn't have to be an official, all right, who wants this solution, who wants this one. It can just be a, hey guys, what should we do? Cool, great.
Yeah, that's a pretty effective way of doing it, and it works for you?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you guys have a favorite part of the competition?
Core values, meeting people, having fun. Dancing.
Dancing
Yeah,
is amazing.
Dancing is a very good part.
Yes.
What is your most recent research project about?
Well, this is research project was all about kids with disabilities and how they're not able to do stuff that kids who don't have disabilities are able to.
Yeah, so we were looking at accessibility, looking at playgrounds particularly. So a lot of playgrounds don't have accessible equipment, and not just for people in wheelchairs, but for people with sensory issues, for visually impaired people. And so
and if they do have that equipment, then it's off in a different area.
So we looked at creating a playground that was accessible for all, so as well as adding in a VR component to give it a bit of a twist. For people with sensory issues, they could experience the playground through VR rather than having to face all those sensory challenges.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. What made you guys interested in pursuing that research project?
So in our team, a lot of us experience disabilities either firsthand or secondhand. And it's something that's presented to us in our everyday lives. And so we wanted to help others that were like us.
Yeah.
How do you guys make your presentations creative? I mean, the presentation you did before was really creative.
We don't like PowerPoints as a rule. We're a homeschooling team, we're a fun team, and PowerPoints are boring. Let's face it, everybody knows that PowerPoints are boring. So we like to do a bit of a skit, put some jokes in, make it fun,
Acro. Chocolate cake.
Yeah, we do acro. We've got tumbling, cartwheels, people being
Chocolate
thrown.
cake.
Chocolate cake turns up in all of our presentations. But yeah, just make it fun, make it exciting, and make it engaging so that people remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really good advice. I want to see one of those presentations now with the chocolate cake. That'd be. How do you use the chocolate cake in your? How do you use it in your presentations?
Sometimes we hand chocolate cake over to the judges. Sometimes it'll be where's my chocolate cake?
Yeah.
Just a line casually thrown in there.
Yeah.
We did hand chocolate cake to judges one year.
Some sort of bribery.
Yeah.
Totally
Not
not.
bribery.
Yeah, bribery. Please help us.
Um. Does your team have any primary goals for the next few years?
I feel like getting more kids into it. So right now we're a team of 9, and that's pretty good, right? But we want to get our next generation through. We want to get the younger kids that are, 8, 9, 10 starting FLL so that they can, carry on our legacy.
Do you guys see yourself moving into other FIRST programs in the future? And do you look forward to doing so?
So I've joined FRC team Thunder Down Under. It's really cool. Helps us continue, robotics, STEM, all those things that I enjoy. I'm pretty sure these guys, Jacob's been asking when he can join FRC.
I'm actually an ambassador for another STEM project.
Mhm.
It's called Tech Girls Are Superheroes, which is trying to get more girls into STEM-based projects like this.
Yeah. Well,
Has there been like a best research project that you've seen?
oh, that we've seen. I can't.
Our one, obviously.
No, I've seen some pretty cool ones. Now, we don't get to, go in and see the presentation, but there's all the information that people have in their pits. I've seen lots of very interesting costumes.
Yeah.
That was, we've had, trash cans. We've had big shoots, curtains with, flying colors
There was a
everywhere.
lobster once.
Yeah, there was a lobster once. That was an interesting project. But yes, the more fun they are, the better.
Apparently you've participated in a remote FLL event in the past couple of weeks, so what was that like?
So that was really cool, actually. We were able to do it over Zoom. All the interviews were pushed into one 30-minute interview, which was a bit of a change. But we took it into stride. But it was really cool getting to meet from teams all over Australia from the comfort of our own home, being able to use our robot, our board, and just getting to relax,
Yeah.
It was a fun competition.
Would you like to do something like that again, or would you just prefer to go back to normal competitions?
I reckon a mix of both.
A mix of both would be good. Doing it over Zoom or over, the internet provides more opportunities for other teams and more competitions to happen. However, there's a lot of hype. You miss the hype over the internet. There's, at a normal competition, there's a lot of dancing, chanting, singing, people meeting each other, which we missed a little bit of over the internet. Yeah. Mix of both would be good.
What first attracted you to First Lego League?
So we've always been interested in STEM. The science, and our coach actually was like, hey, there's this competition, and opened it up to the homeschool community and said, who would like to come and do a STEM robotics competition?
We all put our hands up, and we're here today.
Here we are. But yeah, we've participated in a lot of STEM competitions before this, and we thought this one was really cool.
How has your life changed since joining FLL?
I've become a more confident speaker and a better team leader as well. There's all these aspects, all the soft skills that you need for life, the teamwork, the research skills.
I've learned how to make a book.
Compiling research documents. Problem solving, troubleshooting, all those skills that you need for life. FLL has definitely changed our lives.
Yeah, they're just such vital skills. That such an important program to teach kids. So It's really cool, yeah. Are you guys interested in any STEM careers?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah, I've swapped between a few ideas, you know, going from a biomedical engineer, a software engineer, medical sciences somewhere. We're not quite sure, but it'll definitely be in STEM.
I've had lots of ideas and put a lot of them into one lifetime.
So yeah,
Any,
I think
any
Jacob,
specifics?
Becoming an Olympic swimmer and becoming the first president of Australia.
Very ambitious.
just a little bit longer for that one. Jacob actually wants to be a game designer.
Yeah, that would be one of my favorite jobs. Yeah, I like the idea of being able to make something that makes people go, "Wow!"
It changes lives.
Yeah.
Has FLL helped inspire this, or were you interested in these kind of things before?
I know for me personally, I was definitely interested in STEM, but FLL has opened up my options. It's let me meet people, network. Yeah, it's just opened up so many opportunities for me personally.
I would say the same.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many years have you guys been participating in it for?
So me and Amelia have been here from the very start, so 5 seasons, I believe.
And
Oh, okay.
I was here for 3 years, but I was also the first one in the junior FLL team.
Yeah, so I've been involved for a while.
Yeah. Have you learnt any lessons from being able to be involved in FLL? I mean, you kind of touched on it earlier, but
Time management.
Yeah.
Time management is a big thing. Otherwise, you end up in the 3 days before the competition making all your books, making all your posters, making the robot work again because it stopped working for some reason.
Rebuilding the robot.
Multiple times. Definitely time management. Yep.
Yeah.
Another thing.
Getting the team to actually be a team.
Yep. So teamwork, staying focused, making sure that project management, making sure we're all working towards the same goal.
Yeah.
which are all very important aspects of a team, and you can't really work well on a team if you don't have those. So.
Yeah.
So apparently you guys had the opportunity to go to the Silicon Valley and meet with some companies there. How was that?
That was awesome.
Amazing.
We got to, pitch our ideas to different executives at Google, Nvidia, Facebook,
eBay.
eBay.
Gumtree.
Yeah. And we were just able to get a feel for what a job in STEM would be like. So we got a tour of the workplaces. It was amazing to see. Gummy bears.
Yeah,
Addison
really
likes
cool.
it. Addison likes it. There's always food in all these places. They always have a kitchen stocked with gummy bears.
I like the nooks and crannies that they have at Google. They're like little small spaces that you can just hide in.
All the study holes.
Yeah.
What kind of things were you talking to them about? Oh, sorry, you go.
Sorry?
Oh, you go.
I also like that there are soundproof cubicles, and I thought,
yeah.
that's your new office.
They should have them more around. Like, I don't understand why people don't implement them more often.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What kind of things were you pitching to these companies?
So this particular time we were pitching an app that we had created. It's actually a solution from one of our previous years. It's called Talk to the Hand, My Bucket's Full, and it's about helping kids with sensory processing disorder and other difficulties to regulate themselves throughout the day. So it's got, activities such as sensory wake up, sensory pit stop, just getting your body active and moving.
Drawing, bubble wrap.
Yep, all those calming activities. And we were able to share this with all these companies and receive feedback on our solution and, all the research that had gone into it. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a really cool app. Has anything come out of it?
So it's actually up on our website right now. We're going to do a soft promo.
Okay.
Littlebutterflies.technology. If you want to buy our app. But yeah, that's going up. That's live. We actually sold it to the head the head person at Gumtree. He's the general manager there.
Yeah.
And his son has sensory processing disorder. And when we pitched our app to him, he said, this is actually a really cool app. Can I buy it? And so, yeah, it's impacting lives.
That's so cool. Yeah. Congrats, guys.
Thanks.
Amelia, since you do FRC, how would you compare FLL and FRC?
I love that they're both STEM competitions, and I love that they've both got the robotics aspects of it, but they both still keep that core values. I feel like FRC is kind of like the older sibling.
Yeah.
So, FLL is kind of, the younger siblings were playing with Lego robots, but FRC is, okay, it's getting real now. It's, it's the step up. Yeah.
How's your team run since social distancing and COVID-19 has begun? How have you been approaching things differently?
We have been putting all our stuff online. We have a team app that we use, so we can put up documents, share, videos, video call.
Yeah.
Also, since technically it's a school get together, we can meet up, and so that's been good. But yeah, we do a lot of stuff online now.
How has that impacted the way you've been able to communicate and get stuff done?
We've always done a part of it online,
Yeah.
so we've just put more of it online, I guess. So, normally we meet once a week, right?
Yeah.
But this has had to happen online, and so we haven't been able to meet as often, about once a month or so, which has been challenging. But yeah. Yeah,
So you kind of prepared a bit beforehand.
Yeah.
What's it like having different Team Apollos across all of the different FLL programs?
So obviously we've got Team Apollo. We've got our Team Apollo juniors that do junior FLL.
Yeah.
It's really cool. We get to be
And Team Apollo Discovery as well.
Yep. And it's really cool. We get to mentor these young kids, get them excited for STEM, tell them how cool FLL is, how cool FRC is, get them going through that program, and just inspiring that love of STEM so that we can get the next generation into STEM.
How have the experiences of mentoring them and inspiring them impacted you guys personally?
We learn a lot from the kids, actually. So, kids are very creative.
Yeah.
I've had some of the kids from the junior team come up and go, oh, why don't you build it like that? And I've gone, oh, I didn't think of that, learning, just they're fun. The fun aspect is really cool. We get together, we play games all together.
Yeah.
That's very fun, playing tackle games with little children. But yes, we get together, we have fun. It's great.
Once you guys finish being an FLL student, would you be interested in being a mentor?
Definitely,
Yeah.
yes. I would 100% continue to mentor Team Apollo as well as the junior team. Just, keep that love of STEM going, like I said.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing being able to do that. Do you see any real-world application of Lego robots?
Yeah, it teaches not only that, it teaches us basic engineering skills, which, goes into biomedical. One of the careers I was interested in was biomedical. All those things about prosthetics.
Yeah.
Lego robots teaches you the basic engineering things that you can apply to real world.
I've seen a guy who built a Lego arm
Mhm.
for this kid who had his right arm missing.
Mhm.
And it was made out of 2 EV3 bricks, one NXT, and just a bunch of motors and sensors. It was amazing.
So yeah, definitely real world applications there.
Yeah, it's really cool as to what you can do with it.
Yeah.
What do you guys think is the defining factor for team success?
Good core values.
Yeah.
Definitely would be number one on the list. Good core
Right.
values, time management, teamwork, project management.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
Definitely making sure everybody knows what's happening. Like,
Yeah.
you know, some teams have these people that work on the research project and these people that work on the robots, and they never meet each other.
We like to
Yeah.
combine the two. So, like, everybody in our team does a research project,
Mhm.
and everybody in our team helps build attachments while still having that sub team.
So everybody has basic knowledge about what it is that we're actually doing. Everybody knows what we're working towards.
Yeah, and that's just really important. You can't really run a team properly if no one knows what's going on. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
This is not as relevant, but do you guys get provided snacks during your competition? And is there a go-to snack that you always get, or is your favorite?
Mentos.
Yes, definitely.
There's always lollies. We have lollies in our table. You know, we share them out. We say, please take a lolly in the spirit of gracious professionalism. Woo!
Yeah, you gotta have sugar to keep you going through competitions.
Yeah.
What's the biggest thing you guys have learned in this year's FLL season?
This year's FLL season, I feel like we had a lot of rookie members this year. We had 6 rookie members out of our 9.
Yeah.
And being able to improve my leadership skills and being able to mentor these rookie members so that they can gain all the knowledge that I've also gained and we've gained throughout the seasons.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any team bonding activities? And what are they?
Yes, definitely. In the core values book that I make, I have like a whole almost 2-page list.
So we play a lot of games as a team. It gets that teamwork going as well as, you know, strategy.
Yeah.
At-
Keeps us de-stressed.
Yeah, we have team sleepovers throughout the season. So if we go, hey, we actually really need to get this specific project done, we'll go, okay, we'll have a team sleepover. You know, we work all day. At night, we eat pizza, watch movies, and then the next day we keep working. Yeah, team bonding. Yeah.
Yeah, that sound like really cool team bonding activities. A bit jealous of your team bonding activities. How would you like to see FLL evolve over the next couple of years?
I feel, I don't know. It's pretty great, actually, it is. I honestly couldn't tell you something to add. What is there anything that they would?
More of it.
Yeah, more.
Yeah.
More competitions, more practice competitions, ones that, you know, aren't high stakes. You know, there's regionals, there's nationals and internationals, but just having fun, friendly competitions would be great.
What would you say to people that are potentially interested in FLL but don't know if they want to do it or not?
100% do it. Even if you're not robot minded, you know, there's kids in our team. We had a kid on our team a couple of years back that the only thing he knew about the robot was the emergency stop button. That was his only job, to know the emergency stop button. But he was great at being a motivator, at team games, keeping everybody hyped. So you don't have to be interested in robots. You don't have to be interested in research. There are a wide variety of roles in FLL.
Yeah.
And you can fit into it. There are multiple roles. You can definitely fit into the FLL program somewhere.
Coming into FLL initially, did you guys have like a role that you wanted to fill specifically?
Well, at the start of each season, we kind of have a think about what role we would like to pursue, and we put it down on a piece of paper. And we then like hand it to our coach, and she says, hey, this person will look really good in that role. They have a lot of strengths there.
We like to, at the start of the season though, the first couple of weeks are getting everybody to try everything. So we'll have 1 week which is robots. Everybody codes a robot to drive, go in a square, follow a line, and then the next week we have a research challenge. We'll give them a problem. We'll give them a problem to solve, and they go, okay, we will go and do research and come back with a presentation. Making sure that everybody has a try of the roles that they want to do.
Yeah.
What's your favorite role that you've had within the team so far?
Well, technically, every single year I've been in in Team Apollo, I've been the PR, mostly because I'm really good at talking.
We know, Addison. We know.
But I think I would also like to be a strategic analysis or the motivator.
That's definitely a good role. I have been, for the past 4 seasons, I have been our team coordinator, project manager, making sure everybody's on task. Yeah, I really like this role. However, as Addison also said, the motivator role sounds super fun. Keeping people hyped, bringing prize boxes, snacks every week.
I really like my role at the moment. It's the robot analysis, as you would have heard before. And the person who is robot analysis looks at the board with the strategic analysis or builds something with the building and construction. And overall just
is in charge of the robot.
Yeah.
The robot's his child.
Yeah.
Child.
Well, what are the roles that you have in the team? I've heard you talk about a few of them. I just want to know what they are and how they work.
So our team's roles, we have the team coordinator, which is like the head, the manager. Then we've got our 2 sub-teams, our robot sub-team and our research sub-team.
So the robot sub-team has the strategic analysis, the building and construction, and the robot analysis. Robot analysis also kind of doubles up as lead programmer.
And the research side has the lead researcher, the motivator, and the PR.
Yeah. So making sure that those tasks are spread out evenly across our team.
So it's just one person for each role, right?
Sometimes we double up. Sometimes there are 2 people want 2 different roles, and so we say, okay, well, you're half researcher and half motivator.
Yeah.
Or you'll have a secondary role. So, for instance, we've had some kids that were strategic analysis, but their secondary role was programmer. They wanted to learn how to program.
We also have 2 lead researchers this season.
Because that was their interest.
Yeah, it's cool.
And
So
also
So you guys are quite inspirational within the FLL community. So who would you consider to be your biggest inspirations?
Oh man.
I don't know.
The coach?
Yeah, I would definitely say our coach, actually. I mean, just
She's inspired us to do it all.
yeah, we've met up with other teams as well. Sussex Smashers are pretty cool.
Yeah.
We like those guys. We were next to them at an international competition, and we hung flags across each other's pit areas, and we combined games as 2 of the Australian teams that were competing there, and it was really fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to you guys.
What makes your coach so inspirational?
Well, our coach is also our mother.
Yeah.
But yeah, she inspires us. She may not know. One of our old core values was coaches and mentors don't know everything, but she's willing to learn. She's willing to help, or she's willing to help us learn, even if, our coach is not very robot minded, but she's willing to go, okay, well, here are robot ideas. Here are websites that you can look at. Off you go.
Yeah.
So she helps facilitate our learning, and she's just inspiring.
So you mentioned core values. Does your team have any current core values?
Well, there are the 6 set FLL ones.
Yeah.
Discovery, impact, integration. We like inclusion, fun. We like to follow all of these. Fun. Our team is very, we dance, we sing, lollies everywhere. Inclusion. We're a homeschooling team. We put it out to everyone. Say, hey, who would like to join? Everyone's welcome.
We like to help others discover their calling.
Yeah, we like to learn. We like to take challenges and say, how can we fix this?
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. Yeah.
What would you guys like to see in future FLL games?
Maybe bigger team sizes, because that would
Be
open it up to
useful.
more people.
Another thing I want to see on the board is a really tall mission. I'm talking a huge mission.
Yeah.
Also, I really want to knock down a massive tower.
Yes.
We had a small tower in one of the other in
Trash Track.
I think it was
our
Trash
first
Track.
season.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to see a really big tower that we get to knock over. That'd be fun.
Are there any like specific topics that you would like to be able to research in a future challenge?
Maybe something. This is just me personally, but something medical, I guess. That's a very broad range, but looking more at medical sciences, that's kind of where I want to go in the future.
I think more about kids.
Yeah, kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun season.
Yeah.
Smokes over a kid.
Don't knock over kids, people. But yeah, I think for me, definitely something of medical variety.
Do you guys have a favorite experience that you've had while traveling around the world for FLL?
The chicken dance, obviously. Meeting new teams. I think one of my favorite moments was it was an Australian international.
Yeah.
And there was a team dancing in the middle of the pit areas. And I believe it was a Brazilian team, and it was one of their home country dances. And nobody knew, all the other teams, we didn't know the song, we didn't know the dance moves, but everybody joined in. It was about celebrating, diversity. Yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite moments.
How have those types of teams inspired you?
Being able to go, all the way overseas, taking everything with you, going to another country and competing is definitely, and it's a really cool experience.
Yeah.
Teams that go to internationals they're really cool. They inspire us because, hey, if they can do it, we can too. Yeah.
So that's all we have time for today, guys. So thank you so much for doing your presentation and speaking with me. It's been really insightful to hear about your experiences in FLL. So I hope you guys had a good time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.